you Trekkies and TV addicts. Don't mean to this, don't mean to bring static. All you Klingons in your grandma's house. Grab your backstreet friend, they get loud.
Say, Doc, what's the condition? I'm a man that's on a mission, like a scientist. When I'm applying this,
Check it out. What's it all about?
Hello class, Mr. Reveal is here to talk to you today about how to use transitional phrases, or the way that we are going to transition from paragraph to paragraph so that we have good flow. Let's remember in our last video we talked about how transitional words like first, second, third, in conclusion, moreover, or furthermore, things like those types of words are better off inside paragraphs joining sentences together to show relationships between ideas. In my opinion, using transitional words like that, first or second, to start a paragraph is not strong writing. So if we can't start with transitional words, how can we get our paragraphs to flow together? So here's a great exercise that you can do to improve flow in your paper. This is how we write a transitional phrase. Let's pretend that this is a paper that we're writing and these paragraphs come one right after the other in our paper. What we're going to do is we're going to take the last sentence in this paragraph and we're going to pull it down to the next paragraph, like that. And then we're going to look at these two paragraphs and we are going to try to find a relationship between them. Are they similar? Are they different? Is there a space or time relationship? Right? Just like our transitional words told our reader how these different ideas and sentences are related, our transitional phrases are going to do the same thing. They're just going to be a little bit longer. Now, since this first paragraph is about the role of a pilgrim father and husband in the household, and the second paragraph is about the role of a pilgrim wife, I would say that it is our best bet to point out in this transition how they are different, or at least make an allusion to the fact that they're different. So what I did was this. I said, while the husband was expected to love his wife with the same passionate strength as Christ loved his church, a pilgrim's wife's role was antithetic. And you'll see I used to have different there, but I crossed it out and I used a better vocabulary word because we always want to make sure we use a strong vocabulary word and it's the right one for the job. And you'll also notice I snuck in there just to show you guys again, this is a transitional word properly punctuated that joins two sentences together. But you'll notice what I did again is this top paragraph, this bottom paragraph in our paper, I made a transition that not only points out that the role of a pilgrim father and husband is different from that of a wife, but it also brings us nicely into our topic sentence. Because don't forget, just like our paper has an overall thesis, right, your paragraphs need a topic sentence, and that's what your paragraph is about. So let me back it up and talk to you about it one more time. We have two paragraphs that come one right after the other in a paper. We are going to take the last sentence in the bottom paragraph. We're going to pull it down to be the first sentence in our next paragraph. We're going to rewrite or modify this sentence to show how these paragraphs are related so our paragraphs flow together. And again, how are they similar? How are they different? Is there a space or time relationship? How can you show the reader the relationship between these two paragraphs? And once you do that, you want to write something that points out that relationship and flows nicely into your topic sentence. Let's take a look at another example. This top paragraph is talking about what made Plymouth a good place for the pilgrims to settle, and this bottom paragraph is talking about what happened after they decided to settle there. So what we're going to do again is we're going to take that last sentence of that top paragraph, we're going to pull it down, and then we're going to stop and we're going to think, we're going to say to ourselves, okay, how is this sentence related? How are these paragraphs related? Or how are these paragraphs different? What kind of relationship is there? And what we have here is a relationship between time. So first this happened, they found a place to settle, then this happened, what they did after they decided to start building. And so what I came up with is something like this. The area had a fresh water supply, good harbor, cleared fields, and was located on a hill. And then these features made the area a favorable place for settlement. Therefore, on December 16, 1620, and the paragraph goes on. But hopefully you notice I split the sentence in two. I put all the specific features up in that top paragraph, and then in the bottom paragraph I made just a generic reference to those features in the above paragraph, so it kind of flows together now. You'll also see that I took the word built and I substituted the word constructed because it's a better vocabulary word, and I also took the word group and I substituted in the word congregation of pilgrims because a group of people who attend a church or a congregation, just like a group of lions, is called a pride. So we always want to make sure we use the best vocab word for the job. In the top paragraph, we are talking about the first Thanksgiving. In this bottom second paragraph, we're talking about what happens after the first Thanksgiving. So the relationship between these two paragraphs is time. So I pull this top sentence down to the bottom and I ask myself, how can I write something that lets the reader know what happens in the above paragraph comes before and what happens in the bottom paragraph happens later? And what I decided to do was this. I moved that whole sentence back up, and then I wrote a transitional phrase in the years following this first Thanksgiving, right? Notice how that transitional phrase makes reference to what we ended our previous paragraph. So we get kind of a flow into the next paragraph. And then it continues on talking about what happened after the first Thanksgiving. So hopefully you guys see that instead of using transitional words like first or second to start our paragraphs, we can use something like a transitional phrase. By taking the last sentence in the above paragraph and pulling it down to the next paragraph and asking ourselves, what is the relationship between these two paragraphs? Are they similar? Are they different? Is there a time or space relationship? We're able to create flow in our paper and make a paper that is a lot more pleasant to read. So hopefully you found this helpful. Feel free to go back to the first video in the section and learn how to use transitional words inside of paragraphs, or go back to the channel and check out some other things that I have there that will hopefully help you become a better writer. This is Mr. Avila saying I will see you later.